Well, as more groups drum up support for Governor Fubara of Rivers State, the latest is former members of the National Assembly Rivers State Caucus. The group have urged all well-meaning Nigerians to support Governor Siminalayi Fubara and the mandate freely given to him by Rivers electorate as affirmed by the Supreme Court without fear, favor, or distraction. The former lawmakers who served at the National Assembly at various times said that they are deeply troubled by the anxiety and hysteria caused in the state in the wake of the political crisis. The delegation of former National Assembly members, led by Senator John Azutambata, stated their position when they addressed newsmen as part of their solidarity visit to Governor Siminalayi Fubara at Government House in Port Harcourt on Saturday. Speaking on their behalf, Honorable Bernard Mikko said they are compelled to speak out against the apprehension and uncertainty that has enveloped Rivers State because it is one of those times that silence is no longer golden. Well, joining us now on the show is Honorable Bernard Mikko, APC chieftain and former governorship aspirant in Rivers State under the umbrella of the All Progressives Party, the APC. Good morning and welcome to the program, sir.
Thank you very much, and I'm very happy to be on your program this morning.
Well, Honorable Mikko, I think it's fairly straightforward. Former National Assembly members from Rivers State pledging loyalty, allegiance to Governor Fubara. Well, just tell us about that group. Is it from across the aisle? These are strictly APC former leaders or the current leaders trying to support Governor Fubara. And then the logic behind it, because, we need to know, APC, PDP, Labour Party, all saying we stand by Governor Fubara. What's the story behind this story?
Yes, thank you very much.
Please go ahead. I can hear you.
Okay. Thank you very much, Ruben, and the rest of the crew in Abuja. Now, if you look at the composition of our team, former members of National Assembly, you find out that the members composed of people from the Third Republic, people like Denton West, Senator Bennett Birabil, who was a member of the House of Representatives in the Third Republic. Then he was a minister under Shagari, and also in the Senate as a Senate Chief Whip. So it's not a partisan thing. It's a Rivers program. And of course, our solidarity is not only to Fubara. It's for the Rivers people. We are standing with the Rivers people. I'm of the APC, and it's a bipartisan thing. So we don't want, our state to sink down the drain. As you have rightly noticed on your programs, you have a Rivers where every day one drama, every week one episode. We want this episode to end so that the governor can execute the mandate freely given to him. It's not about Fubara himself. It's about the entire state, the development of our states. We want peace in our state. That is why, at this point, we came out that silence is no longer golden. We have to speak out to show that this is where majority and the well-meaning Rivers people should belong. And that is why we paid that solidarity visit and had a press conference for the custodian, the stewardship of our mandate.
Okay, Professor Anezi Okoro, it was, who wrote about one day, one trouble, and Rivers State seems to be one day, one trouble. But what's the position of these former lawmakers, including your good self, on the role of former Governor Wike in the matter? Because we saw Ogbako Ikwere people going to pledge loyalty to the governor, and they said, as Ikwere people, they are not involved in Wike's matter. These former National Assembly lawmakers, did you also talk about did you talk about Nyesom Wike, who seems to be at the center of the crisis in Rivers State?
I think, let me commend the Ogbako-Okwere sociocultural group for their loyalty and support for the people of Rivers State. You see, the visit to the governor is not a personal visit. It's a solidarity and support for people of Rivers State. You see, the case of Nyesom Wike, the former governor of Rivers State and current minister of FCT, I won't think that is an issue. I think it's the weakness of the opposition party, opposition PDP, to put their acts together where a strange occurrence have happened in their political history. This is not an alliance with a ruling party or a coalition. And you see the minister, a member of the neck of PDP, serving in the... I wouldn't blame him. I would just say we need peace. And the PDP itself is divided on this issue. So we don't want politics. He has addressed all these issues in the media, in social media, in television, that once you leave, you leave. You don't cross carpet. So many things I don't want to... It's not the issue for me. It's not the issue for Rivers people. Rivers people, at this point, want peace. We want to support the person that our mandate has been given to. To govern our states. We have been behind. Among the 3 local government areas in 23 local government in Rivers State, you can see that only 2 benefited from only road projects, 12 flyovers. The rest, 21 local government. And that is where the governor now is now focusing. Before this time, I couldn't go home because there are no roads passable to my place. Me and the governor were from the same senatorial district. And the issue of upland, he has addressed it. You can drive motor to Opobo. You can drive motor to all parts of the state now, with this short period. So we want Nigerians, not only Rivers people, to encourage the governor to do what he's doing and not to be distracted. That is why we came out, say, look, it's time for this drama to end.
Okay. Now, as you said, you and the governor are from the same senatorial district. I believe that there is a political movement that is being formed in Rivers State. And this movement that's emerging has some speculators saying that it could potentially be coming together to put the governor, Fubara, as a consensus candidate for 2027. What are your thoughts on this speculation, and is this something that you would endorse?
Well, like you rightly said, this is speculation. I'm a legislator, and the one thing we don't do, we don't speculate. It's not a land matter where you make an investment on speculations. But what I know now is that we want to support the governor, giving every necessary support he needs to succeed in executing the mandate. This was an unwilling governor who was not ambitious, to contest. I contested in this very election, in APC. But the moment he emerged and we start seeing distraction, we said, no, this is not time for politics. This is time for governance. When that time comes, Rivers people will decide. Nobody can tell you that he voted more than once in this election. I have 1 vote. No person, whether minister or president or anybody, can tell you that he can vote twice or he had 2 votes. The godfather of this governor is God himself in heaven. And of course, the Rivers who gave him the mandate. So I don't want to believe that any other person, if somebody is doing something elsewhere, I think he should better stop.
Mr. Mikko, sir, the godfather of this Rivers government is Nyesom Wike, and that's why you're laughing. It's not God in heaven. No. It's Nyesom Wike, which you...
How many votes?
Hang on
How
a minute.
Many votes does he have?
Hang on a minute. Which you were part of those that condemned this imposition of Fubara and not a fair level playing field in the Rivers polity. But all of a sudden now, he is now from your local government area. That's why you're supporting. But you and I know his godfather is Wike. He's fighting with his godfather. My question will be this. Now that all of you have aligned, do you think you can help him be able to defeat his godfather? That's number 1. Even his political party is no longer with him. He himself complained that nobody is fighting with him in his political party, the PDP. What is his fate? Mr. Mikko, can you hear me?
No, I wasn't hearing at the last part of your...
So I say, what is his fate?
That is where you
even when his political party is no longer with him, because his godfather has put part of his political party, the PDP, in his back pocket. He has color beat in his back pocket. In fact, they are there in his back pocket as we speak. What is his fate? His party is not fighting for him. You are an APC person. As far as you are concerned, based on the law, you are doing anti-party activity to even say you are speaking up for the governor in the first place. So what is his fate?
Well, Rufai, you know that the governor, the former governor, claimed he bought forms. Can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead, sir.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I'm with you, sir.
Okay, the former governor claimed that he bought forms. Yes, the former governor claimed that he bought forms for all the aspirants that contested under PDP in Rivers State. And he closed on to only 2 of them. Then finally he took similarly. For any reason that God gave him the wisdom to choose Fubara, among all other contestants, I think God will also find a way for him to emerge or to wriggle himself through the turbulent storm which is ahead. I don't want to speculate on that. But for now, as a politician, just like people are supporting President Tinubu, including Obi and other people, we want to see our economy working. We want to see the political and economic infrastructure in Rivers State put in place. When time for politics comes, it's just barely 1 year in office. And of course, like he said, he just took over effectively from February, which means that he's not been in office for long. So all we want to do, we want to see how far he can go. We want to put party affiliations, party's emotions and sentiments aside and to support him. When I was contesting, I said that the Rivers Southeast Senatorial District had not had the privilege since creation of Rivers State in 1967, either in the military, during the military era or civilian. And that based on Article 7.3c of the PDP Constitution, that was in PDP, that the thing should rotate within the senatorial districts. And it has never happened until now. And you can see that the support, the campaign which the South governors did then against Atiku was that he was from the other side of the country, from the northern part. You can't have a northern governor succeeding a northern governor. So you can't have somebody from the East Senatorial District or from the West Senatorial succeed themselves. So we have embraced this governor because he is the custodian of our mandate, not for himself, So any other person coming to say otherwise, I don't think he is his governor. If God has used him at one point, just as the former president's wife and others supported Nyesom Wike against most of us that contested this election, against an equally governor. You see, the same thing, the same way God will work for Fubara, to emerge if he wants to go. If God said he should not go, he will not go. But for now, we don't want to begin to speculate who is going to be governor in 2007. Okay, all we want, he has been, his mandate has been affirmed by the Supreme Court. So we have no other choice than to support him. And I want to call on all Rivers people, including non-Rivers people, to support him to succeed.
Okay, Honorable Mikko, can we leave God out of this? When Nigerians don't know what to do, they say it's God. When Nigerians are misbehaving, they say, oh, God. Now, Fubara doesn't have the support of his godfather, Nyesom Wike, who insists that he put him there, and he regrets putting him there. He doesn't even have the support of his own party, the People's Democratic Party. They've not come out openly to defend him. Now, what does he has the support of community leaders, chiefs, former lawmakers, who all have different kinds of personal agenda. What does this say about the future of Fubara as a politician? or even its relevance in the politics of Rivers State. Please leave God out of it. I mean, as a politician, what are the implications for his own future, political future, and relevance?
Well, Ruben, thank you very much. I have this. Ruben, thank you very much.
Please go ahead. I can hear you.
The last part of it.
Please go ahead.
Okay, you can hear me. You see, why I am talking of God in this political matter is that I listened to videos, by the former governor. He said, if you don't support this governor, thinking that he's a small boy, that when he will invite the wrath of God upon you, and that he will show you that khaki no be leather. So, and we believe him. That is why we are saying that, look, we have to follow him so that he can execute his mandate. The structure of politics in Rivers State is the Rivers people. Politics is about people. His political party does not really matter for now. And what he will do in office now will determine where his future will be. We have seen people come out from prison in less than 4 or 5 days, and 7 days to win presidential election. So it will happen in Rivers State. So we are not worried about it's something that is going to happen 3 years' time. The former governor has addressed this issue that do you know whether you will be alive to 2007? That for now, similarly, Fubara is the governor of Rivers State, that we have to support him. I think we have heed his call for that advocacy and that campaign. And looking at what he is doing now, developing the state, doing things which has never happened before, that is why we have decided that, look, it is about the development in our state, not about politics. The time for politics has ended. Maybe as we go close to 2027, we'll begin to look at what he has done, how many bridges he has built across other senatorial districts, how many schools, how he has rejigged our agricultural plan, for the betterment of the state. So many things are lacking. We have a rubber industry. We have so many. The issue of unemployment, youth refugees, is all over the place, and the governor is addressing them. And stewardship is about humility. I have seen humility in him, where a local government chairman will call him Mumu governor, and he's not reacting. We have seen all this before. These are the things that endured the Rivers people. Say, look, since nobody can defend him, we will come out and defend him.
Okay, let's talk about that. Because, earlier you said politics is about people. I know last month, former Governor Rotimi Amechi made a statement that the only reason that people are supporting Fubara is because he's anti-Wike. So there's a sentiment that this is just an opportunity that politicians have seen to jump onto a situation where they've identified that Minister Nyesom Wike may be too powerful, and this is an opportunity for them to start uprooting some of his structures. What are your thoughts on this? If this wasn't an anti-Wike fight, do you think Governor Fubara would be enjoying your support and a lot of the other support that he is starting to enjoy?
Well, I don't think that the issue of Nyesom Wike being too powerful. If you can recall that when Governor Peter Odili was governor of Rivers State, the power is in the office, not in the individual. And if you place the former governor and the present governor in the boxing ring, you see who will win, of course. So it's not about the individual being powerful. If he's being relieved of his position as minister in the cabinet of course, you won't have the platform even to come to Rivers State and to talk. So the power is in the office. And that is why we don't bother ourselves about a political party. We want to support him, to execute the mandate of our people. We don't want distractions from anybody, including the former FCT minister. We don't want to talk about him. He's done his time. He's gone. And we commend him for his concentration on Obiako and Falga.
Okay.
In the 8 years he was in office. I think if he can do that in Abuja, to concentrate in Maitama and Asokoro and Wuse.
Mr.
Yes,
Mikko,
please.
Mr. Mikko, you see,
Yes, please.
the position
Yes.
of the APC, are you, at first, I'd like to ask, because you know, you politicians, you are not consistent. Are you still a member of the APC? The position.
Yes, I am.
You are a member of the
attended
APC,
even
good. Okay, the position of the APC
Yes.
in Rivers is contrarian to this. Will it be said that you are doing anti-party activities as we speak, with what you are doing, briefly as we wrap up? Because the APC can discipline you with what you are doing for anti-party
Before
activities.
I became member of the... Rufai, I can't hear you, but the last part I had was about anti-party. You see, before I became member of the APC, when did they form APC? I'm an Ogoni person. I'm a Rivers person first. Without Rivers State, I won't be in APC. So I have to defend my state. APC can come and go, but Rivers State will remain since its creation. So my first loyalty as a person is that I'm from Rivers State.
So you're not a party man?
I was in PDP, you know. I'm a party man. That's the last part. I'm a party man. Yes, on weekend himself is of the PDP working for APC. And they said he has no apologies. So I have no apologies to anybody, for supporting the government and people of my state.
Honorable Bernard Mikko, on that note,
yes,
would like to thank you very much for joining us. Well, I now know you are a Rivers person. Rivers State comes first. I hope that everyone will put the interest of the people of Rivers State first.